Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the role of data analytics in various industries. This is a webinar by Harvard Tech Hub where we bring you some very bright data analysts to share with us the role of data analytics in various industries. In the last two episodes, we've been able to look at logistics, we've been able to look at health, and today we're looking at the role of data analytics and data analysts in real estate, as you can see right there on your screen. And I have with me three amazing data analysts. I have Justice, I have Ibialabo, and I have Esther. These three bright minds will be sharing with us and exposing us to the role of data analytics in the real estate industry. And let's get on with it immediately. So I'm going to be bringing up my very first guest, and that will be Bialabo. Bialabo will be talking to us and letting us know what exactly is data analytics. Over to you, IB. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. And thank you very much, Harvard Tech Hub, for having me in this season. So, I want to talk about what is data analytics. Firstly, we have the word data there and we have the word analytics. So, let me just walk us through what data analytics actually mean. And on this context, I'm going to use real estate because we are talking about real estate. So, firstly, what is data? Data are those information which is gotten from the real estate company, either from their clients. Maybe you want to buy a land property. It can be the land, the size of the land, the area of the land, and is that place more populated? Those things are what we call information, and it's also called data. So now this real estate company is going to give this data to a data analyst. We normally misinterpret or interchange this word data analytics and data analyst. So the real estate company is going to give their data set first to a data analyst, which is going to clean this data, work on this data. A colleague of mine is going to explain in details about this data analyst. So if they are going to work on this data, do some exploratory data analysis on it and bring up a smart decision and clean this data. Remember, without a clean data, you can't give a smart decision about it. So they're going to work on this data. Now, this is where a data analyst comes in. A data analyst, after a data analyst must have worked on this data, a data analytics is going to pick this data that's been cleaned by a data analyst, done some exploratory and everything, building dashboard and decision making. So a data analyst is going to do the descriptive part of it. Remember, a data analyst is going to use this data and check. Let's use the real estate for example. Okay, using your data set, I observed that there are more vacancy in GRA. Using your data set, I observed that more people rent your apartment in Rumora despite the rent being high. So now this data analyst have given you everything using your data set given to he or her. So now a data analytics is going to pick this data set which has been already been done by a data analyst, which is the descriptive part. What happened to this data set? So what really happened to this data set? Why are they vacancy in GRE? Why are people renting more apartments in Rumola? Firstly, to check out some factors. They're not guessing it, they're using data, your data given to do this job. So they're going to check what happened to this data set. Firstly, maybe they observe, okay, during GRA has a high income people there, and you having this period of time don't have enough money to, like, we don't have clients that has this kind of income. Maybe in Rumola, we have people like we have school there. We have school which is Polytechnic Rumola. We have it's like a commercial place. What happened? So why did it happen? Which is the diagnostic part of it. That's also a data analytics job. Is that's what I'm explaining. Is giving you reasons why this thing happened. And remember, everything is giving you is through data set, not a guesswork. So it's giving you why this thing happened. Okay, this place is a commercial place. And remember too, using we know we're in Port Harcourt, so I'm using Port Harcourt to explain this. No, you know Rumola now. Rumola is a place that is somehow connected to GRA. So people mainly in Rumola can rent an apartment in Rumola and still be going to GRA, maybe they're working there or something like that. Because Rumola is a place that is mixed. You have high income people there, you have medium, you have low, something like that. So it's telling you why did it happen. So it explain why it happened. So we have the predictive part of a data analytics. What will happen? So it's not telling you that, okay, I observe all this with this data set using models. This is where our machine learning comes in. Using models. It not tells you that, okay, I feel that is predicting for you that, okay, in the next I feel because you have more income people, like it's mixed in Rumola, you should get more land in Rumola. That's prediction. And I also predict that. Remember, there was a time in Rumosi. Let me use Rumosi for example. I could remember then in school. I stayed in Rumosi before going to school. I schooled in Rio. So then, when I stayed in Rumosi, Rumosi was not developed, man. So Rumosi was just there, like Alu setting down. Rumosi was just there. So I don't know the real estate agent or the person that predicted it as of then that wow, Rumosi is gonna be developed very soon. So in school, somebody just came in. Dapa, I'm seeing this thing, a house in Port Harcourt. You're from Port Harcourt. What do you think? I saw a house 1.5 million. I was like, wow. I saw the picture. I said, are you sure about this? Which area? He said Rumosi. I was like, wow, Rumosi. Is it Rumosi that I know very well? And somebody is building this kind of mansion there. That's massive. So I was like, are you sure it's not Lekki house that they are showing us that it's Rumosi house? I know Rumosi very well. No, the person that predicted it, I'm just giving you the context here. The person that predicted it then knows that, oh, the one I'm seeing Rumosi, Rumosi is close to Choba. You can take from Rumosi to Choba. You can take from Rumosi to Ozoba. You can take from Rumosi to Alu. So the person predicted it very well that, okay, then in Rumosi, you can do all this. So this prediction, that's where prediction, I'm trying to explain prediction. So a data analyst is going to predict for you. Now, I've not been to Rumosi recently, but I heard Rumosi is now good, like it's developed now. So now a data analytics is going to predict for you, just like Alu right now. Alu is not that developed, but very soon Alu is going to be developed. So a data analytics is going to predict for you. Okay, this is this is it. What will happen is going to predict for you. Now in GRA. Now let me come to the GRA part I explained. Prescriptive. What should we do? We are also giving you a solution. This is where your AI comes in. We're giving you a solution. What should we do? Now, a data analyst on this concept is going to tell you, okay, I feel this your GRA, that your rent is okay. Maybe your rent is high, and your house, the house in the house you're giving out this rent. How good is this house? How, is it really showing the level of the people living there? I feel you should do a renovation on this house. I feel you should use an AI gate that they use card now, because it's a big estate, it's a big place. I feel you should do this. Then you go to Romola. Wow, Romola, we have already predicted that in the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to still move. It's going to still move. It will be populated more. So you predict, wow, I feel since students are there, you can also get another plot of land, build safe contain, build one bedroom flat, because no matter how expensive it is, students will still stay there. Students will still rent an apartment there. People do their business there. Business run their day to day, like rent shops there. You can get your commercial this thing there, get a shop there. So that's like which telling you what should we do. That is where your AI comes in, your AI engine optimization. So these are the tools which we have here. For the descriptive, it you use Excel, Power BI, and SQL, which also your data analyst sometimes use. Then
All right. So sorry, Dapa. Sorry, I. Sorry, Dapa. If you can hear me.
okay, so I can hear you. What should we do? They are also
Yeah. So
this is where your AI comes in. They're giving you a solution. What
yeah. Thank you. So I want us to move a little bit now that we've gotten the concept of what data analytics is. I want us to be able to bring it in and then talk about, let's look at the real estate industry so that when we come back to talk about the role of data analytics in the real estate industry, we can have a deeper conversation about it. So let me get to Justice. Justice, would you be kind enough
okay.
to share with me or share with us maybe just a brief about the real estate industry, please.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Let me use this opportunity to appreciate Havas. I have data analyst against my name is all to the credit of Havas, and I also want to sincerely appreciate Mr. Stewart for the great job he's doing at that hub. That being said, when we talk about real estate, we're talking about everything that it speaks to houses, it speaks to lands, it speaks to properties and the who and the rest of it. And so the real estate sector has been one of Nigeria's growing sector. As we speak, it contributes to about 7 to 10% of the gross domestic product. Um, it's quite it's turning out to be a lucrative industry, and is greatly competing with the oil sector. And you can see what the real estate actors are currently doing, and with the activities of these real estate actors, they are able to speculate property. They are able to speculate prices. They are helping to push development. The move for urbanization. They are moving. They are trying to even create cities in hitherto rural communities, and they are, the real estate industry is actually increasing. And so this is due to the housing deficit. This is due to, like I had earlier said, urbanization. Is this the activities of the real estate sector is due to the population growth, and because of this, the prices of houses are going up, whether it is accommodation, whether it is landed properties, whether it is fully built and furnished homes and the rest of it. And so when we talk about the real estate sector, it is one of the it's turning out to be one of the major contributors to Nigeria's GDP. And when we talk about data analytics is helping to to organize this sector, is helping to give real estate players, some level of predictive tools to better plan this industry and help organize this industry. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
All right, thank you so much, Justice. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for that clarity. Let me run straight, guys, to Esther. Uh, Esther, please, can you just run us through a little bit about the data and types, the types of data, especially that we collect in real estate, okay? Because they can even be collecting this data and they're not even aware that they are collecting such data. So, can you just share that with us? Thank you. Justice.
Yes, sir.
So, Justice, I think Esther is probably trying to join the call, but if you can just go ahead um, with the data and types collected in real estate until she's able to join.
Okay, so data types and data types collected in the real estate sector includes, we have several data categories which involves property details, location, financial, market trends, behavioral, visual, and the rest of it. And so when it comes to the type, we're looking at issues as sale and renter prices, physical attributes, geospatial coordinates. We're looking at rental yield and mortgage.
Justice, if you don't mind,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind, sorry, Justice, I think we have
Yes,
Esther
sir.
now.
Okay.
We have Esther on the call, so I
Okay,
think
sir.
she can take it off from there. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sorry for the break in transmission. Okay. So I'm going to talk about what data is.
All right, so sorry. So I deeply apologize for that. I think Esther is having some issues with her network. And Justice, if you can proceed, if you can, please just go ahead and talk to us about data and types collected in real estate. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Esther, we can hear you.
Okay. Please, sorry for that. Okay.
Just
So
proceed.
I'll start from what is data again. I said data is raw facts, figures, image, signal captured from property transactions, market and sensors and people. Now, I want us to see data as an ingredient you want to prepare a meal and you have different ingredients to prepare that meal. Those ingredients you have, those different ingredients you have, that is the data. That's what we call data. Those are the data. Now, the data collected in real estate, one of the data is property details. The property details are like the number of rooms, the size of the room, the size of the land, like physical attributes of the property. That's the property details we take. The next one is location. Where is this property located? How is this area? That's the next one. We also take data from market trends, the prices. We take data from we have behavioral data, we have visual data, we have environmental data. Now, this environmental data, if we look at what has been happening recently in Nigeria, you find out that we've experienced, in Port Harcourt alone, we've experienced, I think, 2 buildings has collapsed so far. And in Lagos, they're experiencing flood. Now, when I saw most of these things happening, I was like, this is actually a data problem. Because imagine a building. In fact, the one that collapsed at Iwofe is at my area. And that building, if you check the parts that fell down, there was no structure. So as if that particular place is swampy. So imagine you're building that kind of structure in a swampy area. So that's one of the data that is supposed to be collected from the government when somebody wants to build a property. But because these data were not collected and these data were not collected properly, you could see that we've been having issues with building collapsing and flood. Now, for the in respect to flood, you find out that I had data of, okay, this area that we're going to build in Lagos, this area normally experience flood. If there's a data already, they should be able to predict that this area experiences flood. Now, in an area that experiences flood, what kind of buildings, what kind of materials are we supposed to use in this area? What kind of house are we supposed to build in this area? What are the measures that we're supposed to put in place not just prevent the flood, but to actually help manage the damages this flood will cause when it comes, like the drainage system. If we have a good database that has all this information, we will not be having most of the issues we're having now with casualties of flood and the rest of it. The next one, when it comes to the environmental data set, the next data that we need to look out for is crime rate. That's one of the things we look out for when you want to, one of the environmental data, when you want to take environmental data, you check the crime rate of that environment. If you check the crime rate of an environment, you know what to put in that environment. You know, if as a real estate company and you acquire the land, maybe you acquire the land close to, let me just give an example. You acquire the land close to Sambisa Forest, is an example. You should know the kind of security. You should know the kind of security you want to put in that area because of the crime rate there. That's one of the things you should consider. And that is why it is very essential that real estate industry take this data collection very important. They should take this data collection very important.
Right, Esther, are you still here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So let's move on a little bit. Let's just keep it going. And let me get to justice now. Or let me get to Mibialabo now. Um, please talk to us about the role of data analytics in real estate. We've heard what data is. We've understood what data analytics is all about. And we've even gone ahead to now hear the the type of data that we collect in the real estate industry. Justice went ahead to give us deep knowledge about what the real estate industry as at today looks like, right? Now, we have several persons doing their stuff in the real estate space. And so, what is the role of data analytics in real estate? Thank you so much, IB.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. Thank you. So, the role of data analytics in real estate, and thank you very much for having me again. So, firstly, the function of analytics, like the role in real estate. So, we have property valuation modeling. So, a data analyst is going to build a model which evaluates price. Like example, a real estate should buy a property in 2016 and this year. You can't just do a guesswork. A data analytics is going to build a model for you that we automatically estimate the current price of that property for you. Instead of you guessing it, we use data to estimate it. So I move to the next one, which is market trend analysis. So a data analysis is going to check your current day-to-day trend of the real estate in, maybe we are, let me say, Nigeria. Since we're in Nigeria, the market trend of real estate in Nigeria. For example, are more people buying properties now in Nigeria? Are more people buying properties? Are more people renting apartments? Which certain areas is trending? Okay, is this area, are people running away? What's really going on in real estate? Just day to day. So a data analysis is going to be the model that is going to be checking your day to day. Okay, this is what is going on in real estate, this is what is going on, this is how it is going. Oh, people are doing this, people are doing that, like the market, this thing trend every day. So that's a model is being built for it. We move to investment risk assessment. This is a model that is built by a data analytics in the real estate to check before you get a property. You have to know the risks behind it. So a real estate, a data analytics is going to build this model. Imagine you getting a property and you don't really know, like, okay, if I get this property, will it be nice? That's I will take you to the GIS, which is Geographical Information System.
Information system.
Yeah. So that's where it gets all this data. It gets this data using location, map, geography, this thing. Gets this data and check. And this model will check it. Is this place a flooded place? Just like my colleague said, Esther. Is this place a flooded place? Is hazardous? Is this place this? Is this place that? So this is a model that predicts it. And this model will also predict for them in the real estate. Okay, do you have more vacancies? It's like an alarm. Imagine you having an alarm in your house and it's doing ping, ping, something is wrong. You yourself, you know something is wrong. So it checks you. Okay, there's problem there. You have to check your vacancy rate is much, your this is much. So this is a model that does all this. So I've already explained little about this location intelligence. So it gives you a geographical, the economic, are people living there, are they high income people? Is it populated? Is it an commercial place? Is it like a no man business? Is it a desert? Just like my colleague said. So it's a model that predict that does this and check it and predict and tells you the place you want to get a property, your even the place you have a property. It tells you your this is it. If you use that model to check again the place you bought a property, this model does it. So we move to rental price optimization. I know our Nigerians won't like this, but see it. This model will check it will check how much you bought that property. If it's a rental this thing, and also how much you're making a year, and also tell you how much your rent, like each tenant is going to pay in that apartment. So we won't like this, but I have to say it. So this model is built for it. It's going to optimize the price of the rent in a building. Then the next one is forecasting and projection. I said earlier about forecasting and projection, which is in data analytics. So it predicts for you. Okay, this estate, like I mentioned, Alu is developing. Why not get a property in Alu? Why not start building in Alu? Why not start building more apartments in Rumola? Because in the next this is going to be populated. Why not starting a land in Choba? Because in the next thing, because it's a commercial place, students are there, we have reports there. Why not get? So it forecasts for you, and also forecast like do this, do that, and also it also forecast price for you, especially when you want to build a building. Like it forecast, just like now a bag of cement is how much now. Remember, if we should move by next year, it's and especially the economic situation we are now, it can never be. So it's like it will predict and forecast for you, not just your future property you want to do. It will forecast your construction, how much is going to cost for a building. It checks the value and everything, building everything you want to do. It is the price you're going to. Then we have portfolio that is running a business without benefiting. There's nobody running a business without checking the profit of the business. So we have a model. A data analytics is going to be the model that is going to be checking if cash is flowing in that your company, or is your company making profit. Are you making profit? Are you making loss? Or you have more vacancy? What are you doing about it? So this model is going to check everything about it. So that's all for the role of data analyst. We have more on social media. We have more on online, which you can go through and read about it. So this is the little we could grab to explain for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for that in-depth explanation as to the role of data analytics, the role of data analytics in real estate. And once again, I want to thank all our speakers so far, IB, Ibialabor, Justice, and Esther. Thank you so much for what the insights you guys are sharing with us so far. So, guys, if you're watching, please do well to leave us a comment, do well to share, and feel free to ask questions. All right, and I trust our speakers to be able to answer. Now, let me go straight up to our next question. So the next question we're going to be handling is going to be about the challenges in the real estate data collection and cleaning. So there are a couple of challenges that, it's enough to say these are the things we want for a real estate company. They do this, they do that, they do that. But we know that collecting data is one big problem, cleaning it's another problem. And we also like to know if this is also if this happens in the real estate sector. And so can we talk about these challenges guys, let's have Justice do justice to this part of replace that. Thank you. Talk to us about the challenges in real estate data collection and cleaning. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think we've spoken so well about the prospects of the real estate sector. But despite all of these prospects, and despite the fact that we've tried to establish that the future of the real estate can be big on Internet of Things, using leveraging on IT, there are still some teething problems or challenges, that the real estate sector is also facing. And these are some of the challenges. And they include fragmented data, they include poor record keeping, they include paper-based record, inconsistent property descriptions, they include lack of standardized addresses and missing data and so much. So when we talk about fragmented data, we're simply saying that there are several actors or layers of actors in the real estate sector, which may include the government, it may include surveyors, it may include estate agents, banks and developers. And these people don't, most of the times, there is no standardized method or template for collecting this data. And so it can also pose a great challenge. It can also pose a great challenge. And then we also have poor record keeping. This is so applicable with developing countries as Nigeria. Our process of record keeping is quite poor, and as such, it does affect. When I was speaking earlier on, I had said that the real estate sector contributes to about 7 to 10% of the country's GDP. And this may just well be something that looks like an estimation because there is no proper record keeping. So what it therefore means is that, in effect, the real estate sector may be contributing more or less. But because of the poor record keeping process, we're still struggling with paper-based record system, here. And it can also lead to damaged records, missing records, and the rest of it. We also have inconsistency property description. So sometimes you might find these stakeholders in this industry. Sometimes, for instance, we may want to see where somebody describes the same property. An actor A can describe that property as 4-bedroom duplex. Another person can describe it as luxury detached house and the rest of it. And so this poses a big threat. And sometimes you also see lack of standardized addresses. You can see plot 12, number 12, house 12, and the rest of it. You can also see, missing data set. And so how does data analytics analytics come to the rescue? There are several tools we can use to mitigate all of this. We can use SQL, we can use Python, we can use Excel, we can develop interactive dashboard, to just mitigate all these discrepancies and inconsistency in data. And if we can deploy, if this sector is able, speaking to the stakeholders now, if these stakeholders are able to leverage more on data analytics and data analysts to help them, better coordinate this industry with regards to data collection and data cleaning. So beyond data collection, there's a bit of data cleaning. And so those of us who are data analysts, we have the requisite knowledge, to help organize the data in this sector, clean up this data in this sector, and we're able to give informed opinion or knowledge about the growth and the sustainability of the real estate sector. By that, we're able to, develop something that looks like a standardized predictive model to say that, in 10 years time, property in Alu will skyrocket by 10% or 100% or something, because we have a standardized predictive model. We have a standardized instrument by which we are able to achieve all this. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing job. Thank you. Let me run straight to Esther. We've heard about, I mean, data analytics per se in real estate, but for us to talk about data analytics, there will be definitely data analysts. All right, there will be definitely data analysts, and that is where we come in. That is where I come in again to ask. Now, what is the role of data analyst, of a data analyst in real estate? What is the role of a data analyst in real estate? So, Esther, over to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, I said data is a raw recorded fact, and data will remain a raw recorded fact if a data analyst is not involved. Data has no meaning until you give it context, and this is where we come in. As data analysts, we give data context. Imagine if you're writing, maybe you're getting property data, and you wrote 2 room, you wrote bungalow, and you just sent it like that. The data does not have context. If we want to analyze that data, we have to give it context. We have to arrange those data into variables. That is what I mean by giving it context. And from our slide, one of the responsibility of a data analyst is data collection and ETL. ETL means extract, transform, and load. ETL means extract, transform, and load. Extract means to get the data, that's the data collection. The transform means to clean and reshape the data. Load means to put it where you analyze the data. Now, this is one of the major tasks of a data analyst. And that is why I said data does not have meaning if we don't give it context. This is where we come in. This is how we give data context. The second one, we have exploratory data analyst. We find patterns, outliers, correlations in data. This is how we draw out insights from those data to be able to give you a report that will help grow your business in the real estate industry. We also have dashboard development. This is like a visual display of the reports we've gotten so far from the data we've collected. We present this dashboard to the stakeholders, to the CEOs and the owners of this data that we've collected. We present this data in beautiful colors, in beautiful colors, and we present it to these persons to actually visualize what we are saying. Because most times, if we keep explaining, you are having poor sales, most persons want to see how the sales is going. So we need those dashboards. We develop those dashboards so they can see and understand what we are saying when we're giving them their reports. Secondly, we have market reports and brief. Without data analysts, if you gather the data as a real estate agent or a real estate industry, you can't do anything with it without a data analyst. You need us to analyze. you need us to analyze those data for you and tell you this is where the market is going, this is what is happening, this is the trend you should follow. We also have stakeholders communication, where we present findings, clarity, and to non-technical audience. I talked about the dashboard. We can use dashboard to explain those findings clearly to non-technical audience. We also have data quality management. We validate data, we duplicate, and we standardize data sets. We duplicate and we standardize data sets. We help you remove duplicates from your data. Like what Mr. Justice was talking, that at this point now, most of the data, one of the data collection problem we have is the fact that these people, they've not gone digital with collecting data. They still use paper, the paper format to collect data. And when they do, and they want to enter it into their system, there are so many errors on those data. And secondly, one of the reasons why they get data errors is because imagine someone that's someone will submit 3-story building for approval to the Ministry of Urban and Development, and the person is going ahead to build 6-story building. And they are sending us a data that in this location, what they are building here is 3-story building. But if you're looking at the location, what you're seeing there is 6-story building. So the data are not, how will I even put it? The data are not corresponding. This is where we come in. We help you standardize those data. We help you clean those data. We give the data meaning. We give the data a voice. We help you avoid guesswork when it comes to your business. Thank you, sir.
I love the way she said it. She said, "We help you." So she's already telling you that she's a data analyst and she can help you do all of that. And so let's do something. We're going to proceed just to take one more, and that will be basically about the future of data analytics in real estate. So let me go over to Ibialabo to run us through that, the future of data analytics in real estate. I mean, we've seen a whole lot going on. We've heard this, but what will be the future of data analytics in real estate? Thank you, ma'am.
Analytics in real estate. I think that's where we're going, right? So we have AI powered AVM, which is automated version model. So I will urge, because the data analyst can actually build this automated model, which I also use in estimating your price property. So a data analyst can build this. You can see me putting medium. Why this option is like that, because it will be somewhat hard to adopt in Nigeria, because we are using Nigeria, because we're in Nigeria. So imagine somebody that you're bidding someone to tell the person how much the person is going to pay. It's going to really affect us, Nigeria. To adapt this model is going to be somehow. So I moved to the blockchain land registry. This model will help a lot in Nigeria, especially in the real estate industries in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I understand this court case. Somebody will buy property and it'll be like some one property for 100 persons, and they'll be going to court every minute, going to court every minute. Building a blockchain land registry, sorry about that. It's like having a record is your land. The person that bought it to this person that bought it to this person that bought it. I wish the government and all the real estate in Nigeria can come to this system. It will really help. So you check that bought the property, and if you want to sell that property, they will not allow you because it will be hard to change it. They have to send this document to the government and also to real estate agents. Okay, are you aware that this property somebody wants to buy? And somebody will just click on that model if it's an app or in any form, and they will click, we accept, we are sure this land, fine, they sell it. So that it's going to reduce these court cases in Nigeria. We move to satellite and drone. Yes, we have it already. People are doing those to get data through GIS, geometric inspection system. They're using that method to get information, and also satellite way to get information, to monitor land, to check an area. Already Nigerians are doing that. Some real estate company are doing. I will urge us to continue doing that and also connect it to GIS so that it can also be used to build a model. Then we have the retail market APIs. Wow, this is very interesting. APIs, which is application programming interface. So this APIs is really good for all real estate agents to have. Without this, like, is necessary, because we building a model, data analyst is building a model for you. It's necessary to have this API, because imagine a Bluetooth, you want to transfer your file from your phone to your laptop. You see how easy it is. That is just an API. API is like transferring a file from one system to another. So instead of somebody should, maybe I would explain more details in that. Maybe an app, you want to get an information, instead of you not wali, automatically your system can just you straight to the other company. And so I will urge Nigerians to adapt this method. Already is in Nigeria, but I don't think is in real estate now. So I feel, I won't say so, but I just feel they should adapt it too, because Nigerians are also using it in other sectors. So we have the PropTech super apps. Wow. I feel everybody's suffering from this one. Imagine what agents are doing in Port Harcourt. I know everybody's facing this. What agents are doing in Port Harcourt is really frustrating. You want to get a property, somebody will take you and they will take you around the whole place to see one property. Finally, that agent will, and the next person will pick you the same round and round. Why not we make it easy? There should be an agent app where somebody can just type in, and every real estate company is there. Okay, I need a 1-bedroom apartment in Rumola or Elekaya. If I should put it on the app, automatically to just tell me the location and the place, and the agent person will come in. Already the picture and everything is there. You don't need stress. It's like a stress-free environment. You don't need stress, and you just check it. You move there. You pay. You get the house. It's quite easy for us. I feel we should, because suffering from this, we should really adapt it. Then we move to the generative AI reports. Already we are using ChatGPT. So it's like using ChatGPT to do your reports, like building a special system, especially for real estate, where it reads your this thing. There is way it reads your deeds of conveyance. It's too bulky. You can just put it on the AI. It automatically pick the read point which is necessary you want, and read it for you. And it can also generate a report for you, which a data analyst is supposed to do. But the thing there, a data analyst has to supervise it. It's good, but a data analyst has to supervise it and check it. Okay, this report here is this. So that is it. Then we move to the digital twin cities. You see, is high. It's like building a city, building virtually, checking the risks and everything involved in that house before actually building. You will pass, they'll be like, you're not supposed to. This is a wrong building. They're not supposed to be school here. Which person will allow their children to come to this place and come and school? It's too inside the bush place. The environment is not good. Okay, they're not supposed to build shop here. This shop is supposed to go here. So this digital twin city helps a lot. It's the risks and everything there, that okay, if you build this thing here, it's going to affect. So this digital twin city helps a lot for wrong building and wrong location. So it helps a lot. So I would urge real estate to adapt this, especially we Nigerians. I would urge us to adapt it. Then we move to the mobile analytics. Wow. Real estate, like agents are always on the road. They're always on the road. Trek agents that are trekking, looking for houses, looking for houses, looking for houses, looking for property. So every minute, maybe I call an agent in a real estate company. This one is specifically for the company, the real estate company individually. Maybe I call an agent. Oh, I'm looking for a house in Choba in this. You now start calling somebody in your company, in your real estate, and please, oh, is there a house in Choba? Please, oh, is there a house in this thing? Do our company have this? Do we have a property? Do we have a one in Choba? Oh, it's like there's this app already in your company already, which is built, or a system, yes, which is built in form of app that everybody can access. Company, you can phone and check. Wow. Yeah, yes, yes. You tell your clients, okay, yeah, we have a one plot, we have two plots, we have three plots. Now it makes life so easy. It also helps the agents and other people working in that real estate to reduce stress instead of calling to companies to call this thing, please, I want this, and getting data. My colleague talked about data collection. Getting data will be somehow okay, because when you fill in the data and the system is saying wrong, you say no, this data is wrong. At least it will reduce some and some inconsistent data. It will tell you no, this data is wrong. You have to be sure that everything you're putting is okay before you get it and say, okay, move it to the office. We can now move it to this to see the manager. So that is this. Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. I'm done. Mr. Stewart.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, IB, for that amazing presentation, for that deep insight as to the future of data analytics in real estate. And I'd like to, you know, get your final thoughts. And let me start with IB now. Please, your final thoughts in 1 minute. What do you have to say to people in the real estate sector? What do you want to say to them about data analytics, about data? I mean, just so, yeah, talk to us in 1 minute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. The thing is, I will urge all real estate, especially we Nigerians. I know we have tried in adapting AI, in adapting other things. We should also learn how to. Oh, God. So we have tried in adapting other things. So I will urge the real estate to employ data analysts and also data analytics, because they will need them. They will need us, because in the long run, the way the country is going, we are going digitally. They will need us, because we are the one who is going to come in, especially when they're working. Real estate is all about data, so we are the ones who is going to help them in making it so easy for them, especially in this digital world, especially this the adoption of apps, making life easy for them and for us and also people out there. So I feel they should, I don't even feel, I urge them to employ data analysts and real estate, because they're going to aid them a lot. They are more advantage than even us. So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, Justice, please, let's get your final thoughts. Let's get your final thoughts, sir. Justice, you're still muted. You're on mute, please. Sorry.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I didn't know. Okay, I'm saying that much has been said about the real estate, the prospect of the real estate, the challenges of the real estate, the future of the real estate. And so I want to say that the future of the real estate is now, and the future of the real estate is in data analytics. And data analytics is IB, is Yoma, is Justice, is Esther, is in Havos. And so if you want to get the best of best value in terms of real estate, in terms of leveraging data analytics, I think your best stop shop is with this set of young minds in Havos. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Esther, can you share your final thoughts with us now?
Okay, sir. One of the things I would like to say is that the market is changing very fast. The market is changing very, very fast. And for any real estate industry to keep up, you need data. You need data to keep up. And that is where we come in. That is where we come in as data analysts, because we will help you report the market and we will help you shape the market, and it will benefit you greatly. It will give you profit. It will increase your numbers. So you need us. You need data. You need data analysis. You don't just need data. So don't just listen to us and you just go and gather the data. If you gather the data and you don't have data analysis, you're good at gathering ingredients and not knowing what to prepare with it. So that's why you need what? You need data analysis, not just the data. We're telling you about the data because we want you to start putting your things in order and wait for us to come and help you analyze it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Esther. And thank you, Mr. Justice. Thank you, Mr. Bialabo. I really do appreciate you guys for making our time to come share these very, very deep thoughts with us as it relates to the role of data analytics and data analysts in the real estate sector. So, guys, for everyone watching, thank you so much for joining in today, and thank you for showing up for us as well. For everyone who dropped a comment for us, thank you so much. We really do appreciate every one of you. Those of you that commented, those of you that shared, favor, everyone, that will thank you. Thank you so much, everyone that commented as well. Someone from YouTube, I guess, is saying that Nigeria and Obia people. All right, amazing thoughts right there. Thank you at Olens TV. But all the same, I really do celebrate our speakers, Mr. Justice, IB, and Esther. Thank you for showing up for us. And for everyone else, watch out for the next edition coming up on Friday. We're going to be looking at another sector again. And we promise you by the time we're done with this series, you would have learned a couple of stuff and then be able to know how to bring in data analysts into your sector. But until we see again, I want to say bye-bye. Do have a wonderful evening.